Hello and welcome to another GEG WA Tips podcast. I'm Justin Talmadge, and this is an NCCE Preview edition. I'm here today with Jeff Utecht. Hey, Jeff.
Hi, how are you, Justin?
And I'm fine, thanks. And we are here to chat today for a few minutes about our sessions that will be presented next week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in Portland, Oregon. Jeff has quite a few sessions on the docket. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to him to describe just a little bit about each of his offerings. Take it away, Jeff.
Excellent. Yeah, so they lined me up for 2 days, Thursday and Friday. It looks like I'm pretty much full on from 10 a.m. until about 5 p.m. on Thursday. I'm doing a couple workshops and a couple sessions, so a couple 2-hour workshops. I'm doing one in Thursday morning, which I probably one of my favorite ones is called Moving from Sorting to Searching, which talks about search skills. It really is, for me, the basis of Google Apps. Like, once you understand how search works, like understanding how to deep search the web and teaching that to students, then all the Google Apps make a lot more sense as well. One of the things I usually say in that workshop is, like, Google finally gave in Drive, and you remember back when, like, Drive was still Google Docs. There wasn't even a folder system, and Google wants it that way, right? Google doesn't want you to sort. Google is a searching world. There's a big search box up at the top. There's a big search box in your email. Like, their job is just to get you to start searching.
Right.
And so that one is just focusing on search skills and a lot of how does that change the classroom instantly. So we'll spend a great 2 hours with that. This is one of my favorite probably workshops. And from there, everything kind of works off that. I mean, where I am, everything kind of works off that. So the next session, and then we do an hour session from moving from consumers to producers, and how do we get students to use the internet as a way to produce information, not just consume. So we look at actively using things like blogs or wikis or creating videos, or how do we get kids to see it as a productive side, especially with research that's coming out that's saying that this generation, only about 1% of this generation is actively creating content. And so how do we get those creators and those producers out there? So we'll spend an hour talking about that. And then I wrap up the day with a 2-hour workshop with it's called an Administrator's Guide to 2.0. So if there's any administrators going to NCCE, we'll have a 2-hour session on just what does Web 2.0 mean, what does it mean to you as an administrator, what does it mean to you as a school. We look at ways of, how is Facebook being used very successfully in schools, what are schools doing, and that one, there's a lot of discussion as well. All of these are a lot of discussion, but there's a lot of discussion on what are different schools doing and what's working and what's not. So that's kind of Thursday's rundown. Friday, then I've got a couple other sessions. I got an hour discussion with Getting Social with Students, where we talk about how can you start to use the social web, whether it be Twitter or Instagram or whatever the social web where kids are, in the classroom, and look at how that adds into learning as well. So we do that for an hour. We have another hour session in Looking for Learning, which is another admin kind of stream, looking for how do we know that learning is actually happening in front of computers. And that whole session actually came out at the last school I worked at, where I walked in, I was doing walkthroughs with the principal, and the principal walked in and said, "Oh, this is great, all the kids are on a computer." And I was like, yeah, but what are they doing on the computer? And so we try to get to that next level of, not just being excited that kids are using technology, but actually look at what are they doing on it, and is it affecting learning in a meaningful way. And then we finish up the day with just building student-centered classrooms, and talking about how blended learning fits into that. And how do we, if we truly want blended learning, it's got to be a blend of both face-to-face and online during school, and then how does that augment the online after school if people want that. I know a lot of schools are going away from doing homework even, so we look at how does a blended classroom look like if you do have homework and if you don't have homework, and so what that looks like. So that's just kind of a quick rundown, a couple different sessions. They're really going to be discussion based, so if you don't like to be preached at and you just want to come and talk and bounce ideas around with people, that's really what these are going to be, just a time to get together and talk about some things. So that's
Cool.
it for me. And you've got one coming up Wednesday.
I do, yeah. I've got one on Wednesday from 1:30 to 3:30. It's called YouTube for Instruction and Assessment. It is currently full, but there is the 5-minute rule. So I guess if people line up, and then if people that have tickets aren't there within kind of that 5-minute window before it starts, then they start giving those seats up to those people that are in the line. So just because it is full, don't think that you may be able to attend if you get in the line. So this is going to be a 2-hour workshop. It really could be probably a full 6-hour day. I mean,
I was going to say 6 days.
yeah, you can do a lot with YouTube. So we'll start from the very beginning with just how to find great content on YouTube using various search tools.
Yeah.
Then we'll move into instructing using YouTube. So everything from creating your own video using the YouTube video creation and editing tools. We'll look at a great strategy that James Sanders has come out with in terms of creating kind of a choose your own adventure YouTube video. Then following that, we'll look at some third-party tools that allow you to embed assessments on top of a YouTube video. So things like Edpuzzle, things like EduCanon, things like Zaption, and let's not forget Google Forms as well, the ability to embed a YouTube video there. And so this session is going to cover a lot, but I do want to give people time to just play with and work with the things. So it's not going to be 2 hours of me talking and showing. It's going to be people doing as well. Yeah. So I really look forward to having a chance to teach this this session again.
Cool. I totally agree. I think YouTube is one of those ones a lot of people are afraid of. And again, there's two sides to there's two sides to so many of these apps now. Where there's the consumer side where you're watching the video. But like you're saying, and the side that is so powerful is that, I mean, you can upload, edit. Now you can record and edit directly into YouTube. Like you don't need any other software.
You don't.
If you've got a great internet connection, it does it all. It's unbelievable how powerful it is.
Well, if you think about where our kids today go to learn, where's the first place they turn?
Yeah, it's not just kids. It's all of us.
Yeah.
Like all of the sessions I've been in now, I ask the audience every single time, how many of you have learned something from a YouTube video? And it's at least 99%.
Yeah.
Like we're all going there. It might be the best educational platform we have today.
Yeah, totally.
How do we start utilizing it? So that's what I love about it. I want to come to your session. I'll be in line.
Cool. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time early this morning to share a little bit about what you're going to be doing and to ask me about what I'm going to be doing. I look forward to hanging with you next week, as well as anybody else from GEG Washington that is planning to attend.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to have a meetup or something. We'll have to have a hashtag and see if we can get a bunch of people to meet up. That'll be cool. So
let's go ahead and figure out a place that works and a time that works for people. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. We'll see everybody next week.
All right, bye.
Take care. Bye.